Hey, yo, what's gaming players? It's your boy. This is Sharp here on this Madden NFL 21 franchise mode, and we are here with the very last 1 o'clock game here in week number 10. And we have ourselves another division matchup, this time in the AFC South, featuring the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're having themselves a good season right now. They are currently on a winning streak right now because they come off a victory back in week 9 when they took. Now they return home to face the 1-7 Cincinnati Bengals, who basically haven't played their best season so far, and they're trying to get things back on track. So here are the current stats in the AFC North. Yes, the Steelers they're having that division a bit tight with both the Browns and the Ravens, because they're somehow trying to get towards the second seed in the AFC North, because since the first 3 weeks of the season started, the Steelers had the division lead, but then with them losing 2 straight games, getting them down to third, but then they lost again to the Baltimore Ravens, which now has them in third place. So all they need now is the Browns to lose probably about a few more times in order for them to get back in third. But if you haven't seen the last 5-6 games here in week 10, make sure to go check it out so you won't miss it. And make sure to check out the last 9 weeks of football so you guys won't miss that either, because this regular season has been the greatest we've ever done, and we are looking to continue that heading into the next week, because currently now we've only got 7 weeks remaining till we're near the end of the season. So with that, let's head to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh for this matchup between the visiting Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's go.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals.
And there's the Bengals' new member, A.J. Collins. In his first game, he played amazing. 2 trips to the end zone, but they somehow lost. So they're looking to get things back on track.
They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
Alright, so the Bengals, they're going to kick it off to the Steelers to kick it off. So the Bengals looking to get things back on track. Pittsburgh trying to extend their win streak. We're underway from Heinz Field. From a rainy Heinz Field. And here's Switzer. And he'll go down, bringing this one to the 22-yard line.
Blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away.
So the Steelers go 3 and out on their opening drive. So now the Bengals set to get the ball. And they're going to start their first possession at the 25.
Well done. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals set and ready to go on offense, leading the charge out of LSU. Joe Burrow, the #1 overall pick back in April.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right.
And here's A.J. Collins. And they'll bring him down at the 26, but for no gain.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline.
And Collins breaking a tackle.
Yeah, you're trying to find that
And they'll bring him down right at the 29, just shy of 30.
Stick something to him between the second and the third level.
3-yard pickup.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, Burrow.
Burrow looking to throw left side, and that one's going to be incomplete.
Out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And here's Switzer.
Good coverage
And
there.
he'll go down at the 23.
Leads to a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
And here's Roethlisberger finding DeAnthony Abdul-Jabbar. And they'll bring him down at the 44-yard line, getting across the 45.
Two-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger. Oh, and Abdul-Jabbar couldn't hold on to that one.
Hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover.
And here's Connor, right side.
There,
they'll get him down at the 42 with a gain of 2 yards. Brings up third down.
They come in bunches.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Roethlisberger, left side. And that one is caught, but it's incomplete.
They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders.
And Big Ben, they're going to stay out there.
Contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down.
That pass was wide open. I don't know how Abdul-Jabbar did not keep his feet in. And Roethlisberger throws it, interception.
Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the return stops just
So not only not getting the first, they turn it over.
7-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions.
And here's Collins.
And that means your defense. They've got to go out there
And they'll bring him down at the 41. First down, Cincinnati.
Keeps happening. They lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they go play action now. Burrow.
And Burrow goes down. Wes Gilmore.
Back right
continuing his great season, getting sacks.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that
And Burrow goes down again.
This is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic.
And Burrow goes down again. This time Khalil James with the sack.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right
And
now.
Switzer, he's not going to return this one. And where are they going to spot it? They're going to spot this one at the 8-yard line.
Inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very...
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Here's Big Ben. And he's going to find Abdul-Jabbar. And they'll bring him down at the 25. First down, Steelers.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And that brings the first quarter to a close.
No score after one on EA Sports. No score. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down.
Roethlisberger, and that one is caught. Juju Smith-Schuster. What a catch. First down.
Goes for 24 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger, and open is Abdul-Jabbar. And they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line, inside the 30.
First down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Ben,
and here's Connor.
And he'll get about
and he'll go down at the 24-yard line.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger, and this one's incomplete.
Incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On third down, Roethlisberger.
And Roethlisberger, and that's intercepted. Brett McDonald redeems himself. He gets the interception.
Brought back to the 22. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you
Burrow, and he's going to find Galloway.
Your job, finding ways to take the
And they'll bring them down right at the 40-yard line.
Catch and run, it's a first down.
It's a gain of
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And Collins, and he goes nowhere.
On the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Collins again. And they'll bring him down right at the 48.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game.
Burrow, and open is A.J. Green.
That really opens
And they'll bring him down at the 35 for a first down Bengals.
They're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a first down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Burrow. And that's intercepted. R.J. Smart picks it off.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger.
And open is Eric Ebron. And he'll go down right at midfield for a first down Steelers.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards.
One of the first big plays we've seen in this football game. And could that be the play that gets this game jump-started? It's taken a while as both teams have tried to settle in. Maybe now the pace will accelerate.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Big Ben looking deep. And the end zone. Abdul-Jabbar. Touchdown Steelers.
Touchdown Steelers. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point.
So Boswell on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Pittsburgh.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken.
And Phillips, he's not going to return this one, as this one's going to be a touchback. So the Bengals set to take over possession.
In comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line.
And Burrow, and this one's incomplete.
Off the ground now going forward. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage.
Burrow, and that's intercepted as it got tipped. Mika Fitzpatrick picks it.
That's where the return stops. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it. Because
and Big Ben, he throws this one incomplete.
That's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger looking deep and end zone. And that one's going to be incomplete.
Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's
Roethlisberger.
Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started,
and this one's going to go in the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the
and here's Collins. And he goes backwards, losing yardage to the 18-yard line.
To keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I said just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just one
Burrow.
catch for him.
And that's tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Steven Nelson. And he's given his guys a shot.
They were just about to get A.J. Green open, but he got hit by R.J. Smart, led to the interception. Look at it again. A.J. Green got hit as he tried to catch it, but R.J. Smart saving the day.
They're quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3.
Roethlisberger, and it's incomplete.
But it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Big Ben, and he finds Abdul-Jabbar. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
From 3 yards out, and the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And Boswell puts
Quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. That'll be
this one's going to be returned. And they'll bring him down at the 24-yard line.
Down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's
and
it?
Collins, and he goes nowhere again. And that's going to do it for the first half. 14-0, Pittsburgh Steelers with the lead.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10.
Up next, we're gonna be in Arizona as the Buffalo Bills get set to take on the Arizona Cardinals to begin the 4 o'clock schedule. Then we're going to be in Las Vegas. The Raiders got their first win in their last game, looking to make it 2 in a row as they host the Denver Broncos.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you've been watching, it was Ben Roethlisberger who led the way offensively in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Back in Pittsburgh. The Bengals trailing by 2 touchdowns right now. And they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
To continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded a couple
And
yards
Phillips, he's going to return this one. And they'll bring him down at the 23-yard line.
Dropped at the 23. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And that first half was nothing short of a disaster. 0 points on the scoreboard and a big 3 in the INT column.
And Collins, and he goes nowhere yet again. The Steelers are containing him in this one.
I think of jet sweeps where they just kind of toss the ball forward. You know, it counts as a forward pass. And then you can say to him, look at that. You completed 3, 4, 5 in a row. Now you've got to get your confidence going.
Play action. It's
Burrow. And that one is complete to Tyler Boyd for a first down Bengals.
A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Cincinnati.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First and 10. Burrow finds Collins on the screen. And they'll bring him down at the 45.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And Collins.
No room to be had there.
And they'll bring him down at the 44-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays.
Here's Burrow. Oh, and that one's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change
Burrow
the game tempo.
finding A.J. Collins on the screen. And they'll bring him down at the 29.
At the Steelers' 29-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked.
And Burrow
Like
finding Collins again.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked
And they'll
over
bring
that
him
type
down
of
at the
scrimmage. I think we have to
16-yard
analyze
line.
What worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Burrow, and that was complete by Galloway.
No gain there on the completion, second and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a
Burrow finding A.J. Collins.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And here's A.J. Collins. Yard line brings up a first and goal.
With 6 points. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
And Collins, and he goes backwards. I don't know what's going on with that offensive line, but they have been having issues trying to block for Collins.
They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
And Collins goes backwards yet again. My goodness.
All afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up third and goal. the shotgun. It's
Burrow. And that's caught by Galloway. Touchdown Bengals.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game.
Randy Bullock lining up for the
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And this one's good to make it a 7-point game.
They know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great
Bullock
about that
to
guy.
kick this one
And
away.
likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more
And
confidence.
Switzer, he's not going to return this one, and this one's going to be a touchback.
25-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
And Big Ben throws incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. He'll rifle this
Big Ben
one deep
downfield,
right
and it's
bats it
incomplete.
away, and it falls down incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because
Big Ben downfield. And Abdul-Jabbar catches. Jabbar catches